A new piece of key evidence may be just what John Demjanjuk needs to prove he is not a notorious Nazi death camp guard. A Soviet newspaper has released the picture of a new ID card of Ivan the Terrible, and the photo is not Demjanjuk's. It was a different ID card which helped the United States in its case to strip the Seven Hills man of his citizenship. Demjanjuk is in Israel now awaiting trial on charges he ran a Nazi gas chamber during World War II.
Rumors that Terry Anderson, a hostage and native of Lorraine, will soon be released in Lebanon are just that today, still only rumors. Anglican Church envoy Terry Waite did meet face-to-face with the kidnappers of Anderson and another American, Thomas Sutherland, but says nothing is imminent concerning their possible release. One option is that the two may be freed in exchange for the Lebanese terrorist now being held in this West German jail. Mohammed Ali Hamadi is wanted by the United States for hijacking a TWA plane in 1985 and killing an American sailor on board. Neither the Germans nor the American governments will confirm these reports.
Anonymous testing for the AIDS virus has medical experts in a state of shock. The disease is far more widespread than they ever thought, especially among heterosexuals. John Blackstone has the startling results.
The testing of anonymous blood samples in the Oakland area suggests AIDS is more widespread among heterosexuals than previously believed. Over a 6-month period, county health officials tested for AIDS in women who took blood tests to obtain marriage licenses. The result? 0.5% tested positive for the AIDS virus.
0.5% doesn't sound very high, but if you translate that to real numbers, that means 1 out of 200.
The result is many times higher than has been predicted among heterosexuals, but those predictions are based more on guesses than hard figures. The only other testing of women has been conducted among female Army recruits and blood donors. In those, less than 1 in 1,000 women tested positive. But the testing has been so limited, the real problem for researchers is that almost nothing is known for sure about the spread of AIDS among heterosexuals.
Optimally, what we should be doing locally and nationally is every 6 months, perhaps every 4 months, doing random samples of the general population, because if we stop and wait to count cases, we're 5 years too late.
The National Centers for Disease Control has just started screening blood samples from across the country. Results from that won't be known until later this year. Until then, the 1 out of 200 figure in today's test will stand as the most that's known about the spread of AIDS among heterosexuals. John Blackstone, CBS News, Oakland.
In our focus report today, calcium and women. What do you need to prevent bone loss?
And Rick is here now with our report.
Well, Dick, osteoporosis is a disease that strikes primarily at women as they enter middle age. It's the inability of the body to absorb calcium. Thus, bones become brittle and break easily as women grow older. But do calcium supplements alone help women retain calcium? Dr. Bob Arnott says no, as we see in this report.
There's a reason we made Oscal 500 chewable tablets.
Calcium seemed to offer a cure-all for osteoporosis. Dozens of calcium supplements suddenly appeared on drugstore shelves. Manufacturers started adding calcium to food, juice, even soft drinks. But today's report concludes that, in older women, calcium supplements by themselves do not prevent bone loss.
I think particularly for the woman at menopause, the perception that calcium will work is definitely a misconception.
In this study, postmenopausal women took high-dose calcium supplements. At the end of 2 years, they had lost as much bone in their spines as if they had done nothing at all. Here's why. Beginning at age 40, women start losing the ability to absorb calcium out of their intestine and into their bones. At the same time, special cells called osteoclasts begin eating away at bone, literally pulling calcium from it. Although taking calcium alone can't help, taking estrogen can. Estrogens slow down the destruction of bone by osteoclasts and increase calcium absorption from the intestines. Doctors are so impressed with this study, and others like it, that they feel all women at menopause may benefit from estrogen treatment if there is no medical reason not to take it. But the biggest battle in fighting osteoporosis is getting an early start.
Best therapy is prevention.
Now, what should you do to keep from losing calcium from your body? If you're under the age of 40, medical experts say eat a lot of calcium-rich foods. At age 40, add 800 milligrams of calcium to your diet because your body is losing its ability to absorb it. And in menopause, increase the dosage to 1,000 milligrams coupled with estrogen, since a hormone tends to help retain the mineral in your body. Dick?
Thanks, Rick. Well, Mark's a little bit under the weather today, and I think we're all going to be a lot under the weather by tonight, huh?
I would say that by tonight, our weather eyes should be peeled to the northwest. We've got a winter storm warning in effect now for east central Ohio at this point. Winter storm watch will be in effect tonight for the northeast inland section of Ohio, including greater Cleveland. We have the potential of seeing significant snow here tonight, and also temperatures that we haven't seen for almost 2 years. Those could be with us tonight as well. And we'll talk about where we're going in detail in just a moment.